the most likely, and then we get to the bottom, which the Hamites are going to talk about, and also the Israelites. So it says here, still these are unclean animals, and for this reason we turn to another view of the case, which may prove the most satisfactory that can now be obtained. Oh my goodness, man. That can now be obtained. Negro land. So of course the first thing I was thinking in my head, like, oh, these devils know that we are not Hamites. Because why would they say Negro land? And Central and Eastern Africa contain a number of ruminating animals of the great antelope family. That's more likely where that word badger goes back to. Like I said, it's not a badger as in this animal over here. It's more a badger as in this animal over here. But they butchered the language, so they're all over the place. So it says here, but the Heavenly Father said He's going to show you. He's going to make you find out. See, you can't destroy the truth. You can only hide it. You can mangle it. But if the Heavenly Father wants you to know the truth, you're going to find out. So He's making us find out. Of the great antelope family, the children of darkness are wiser than the children of light. So these devils already know. We don't know. We're finding out through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahashai. Because they already knew that we are Israelites. That's why they called us Negro land. I'm going to get to that in a few. Because I have it here, Negro land, because I looked that up too. Now it says here, Negro. I already knew about it, but since I saw this video, so it sparked into me to go mention it in this video too. And Central and Eastern Africa contain a number of ruminating animals of the great antelope family. They are known to the natives under various names, such as Pakase, Mpakase, Takase, Fakase, and Tahashiaitse. Tahashiaitse, right? Tahaiche. Amen. All more or less varieties of the word Tahash or Taghash. Now it says here, they are of considerable size, often slightly or and purple-gray colors, purplish gray, and might be termed stag goats or ox goats. Now I looked up stag goats. And you can see these type of animals, these type of goats and stuff like that. Right? And then I looked up ox goats. And they kind of look like buffaloes. But they're different kinds and different breeds. They just pump out a few. Real long, funny long faces. But you have different. No, that's not that. Anyway, so it says here, of these, one or more occur in the hunting scenes on Egyptians' monuments, and therefore we may conclude that the skins were accessible in abundance and may have been dressed with the hair on for covering of baggage, and for boots, such as you can wear, such as we seen worn by the human figures in the same progression or processions. Thus we have the greater number of the conditions of the questions question sufficiently realized to enable us to draw the inference that the hash refers to a ruminant of the just a family or something like that, of the Aegoserine or Dameline groups, most likely of an ironish gray, so grayish, iron is kind of gray also, or slatty colored species, right? So I looked up the word Aegoserine or something like that, and then I came up here, right? And then I clicked on this because I saw Darwin online. So I looked up that devil. You should know who Darwin is, by the way. Oh yeah, the Negro land thing. Well, let me look up the Darwin thing first. Right. So I checked out the word Darwin. The website darwinonline.org. I'm gonna put all these links in the description. So the first thing I did was I looked up the word Negro, right? And then I found there's six findings of the word Negro. So let me scan it real quick. You can see all this here. It's a very kind of interesting thing because I scanned through it, and of course I saw the animals and the people that drew these animals, you know, and of course I saw the tahashi or something like that. The tahash, the so-called animals that's called the badger in the Bible. I saw it here too. But the funny thing is, I started looking up other words like Negroes because I was thinking of the Negro land, which the guy was saying. Notwithstanding the assertion of the Negroes that camels in the wild state are still to be found in the mountains of Central Africa, and of others, that an unreclaimed species exists in the country of the Kalmucks, it may be doubted whether they be other than strayed or emancipated individuals. Emancipated individuals, whatever, right? So now it says here also, I think this is part of my, I have no idea. I think part of my will. Like I said, I didn't read this. It's too much. You can read it. Maybe it's fun for you. I hate reading, by the way. It is probably Bagu, right? Or more correctly, Gadgu of the Suriname Negroes. And we think that the large palmed horns before described might belong to a variety of this species residing far to the south. So this devil, he wrote a book about animals, but then he was talking about the Israelites, and he didn't call them Africans, he called them Negroes. You had Negroes and stuff like that, but you see the Sierra Leone Negroes. That's why we know that there were Negroes in Sierra Leone, which are Israelites, by the way. And we had different names for different animals and stuff like that. And also the word slave is mentioned 4 times in this book, because it's a book. This is page 38, 37. And it's talking about slavery. And here you have the account of a slave, zoologist and stuff like that, board the slave ships to America. It says here on the African coast from whence at that time slaves were beginning to be abundantly transported to the Dutch settlement, which is where I'm at right now, in the Netherlands, which is where they speak Dutch. So you're going to pay for that, by the way. Yeah, I might just mention it casually, but you're going to pay for that. So I'll put this link in the description box. And this book is called Animal Kingdom by this guy named Baron Cuvier. Right, now back to the word Negro land. Like they mentioned it here. Like I said that they mentioned it here. So of course I looked it up. Negro land. And then you come up in West Africa, right? And then I looked a little bit closer, but I already know that they're liars, because I know that here was mentioned Fort Judah, and it's not there now because they took it away. You see, they keep on changing stuff, just like how they changed things concerning the Bible. They just change stuff. And then later on, the translation will be lost, and they're counting on that. Sierra de Leon. Sierra de Leon. Sierra Leone. Lion. Okay. Then you can also try to figure out where the name Sierra Leone comes from. I don't even know if it's here, because, Sierra de Leon. Grain, because they probably had a lot of food. Gold Coast, because they had a lot of gold. Slave coast, guess what? The slaves came from there, and the Great Benin. But then, of course, I looked up Fort Judah, Africa, because I know that Fort Judah was there. And then you get the other map, which is Kingdom of Judah, or We the Judah, right? Wida, Slave Coast. So the Kingdom of Judah, or the Kingdom of Wida, which is on the Slave Coast, and says Wida Judah F. And if you check out this word Judah F, it says it right here too. Here. But it says Fida. It does say Wida. If you can read Widdah, or Vida, is Judah. Right. As you can see here, Judah F, Judah Fort, which goes to Fort Judah, if I'm correct. And the Kingdom of Judah, the KM is Kingdom of. Okay, so I'm trying to figure that out. So now it led me to another page. I'm going to put the link also here. So it said the tribe of Judah. I think it was this one here. Yeah, the tribe of Judah. I clicked on it. It said, thank you for clicking on this. I didn't even click on it by that time. So as you can see here, Jews in Africa. You had Judah in Africa. That's why this guy said, that's why they said Negro land. Because they know we're not Hamites. They know that we are a different people compared to the Hamites that was already there. Right. So now, as you can see here, we're not Africans yet. I know we aren't. We immigrated from Israel, which is the truth. And then you have this over here, the infamous Judah / Oida slave point in Benin, West Africa. In Benin, West Africa, which millions of Hebrew slaves were scattered to the four corners of the earth. Okay, so I clicked on this, and then it led me to this page over here, the tribe of Judah, and thank you for clicking on this article. Right, okay, that's a picture. Okay, so I was trying to get this picture fully, and then it led me to here, a new and accurate map of Negro land and the adjacent country, also Upper Guinea or Guyana or whatever. Okay, so I clicked on that, and it goes then to here, a new and accurate, and then I saw this map, and I was like, whoa, I gotta have it. And then I saw how big it was. I was like, yes, because in the beginning it says this, so I was like, shit, what the hell? It's gonna be blurry as hell. But then later on, I scrolled down and then clicked on this one, and I was like, okay, beautiful. Then I downloaded it, of course, and I'm gonna put the link in the description box. And if you don't know what a TIFF file is a big file, and you can, if you have problem opening it, just Google how to open a TIFF file or software to open TIFF files, right? Windows, Photoshop, photos and stuff like that, you know. Three ways to open a TIFF file if you don't have it, you know, Viewer Plus and stuff like that. That's not a big deal. The point is that you need to get this, right? If I scroll down, it says here, accurate map of Scotland and Britain, North Britain. I want that. This here, you can see an accurate map of the island of Jamaica, Cuba, Louisburg, the island of Cape Breton, the British American plantations and stuff like that. So I want these maps. Like I said, I'm gonna leave the link in the description box to this channel, to this website, sorry, so you can check it out for yourself. And then of course this I'm gonna put there too. And yeah, this is the word that I put in, and of course I got this animal, you know, so yeah, which is the same, only here it's so-called white, and here it is the one, you know, that is more plausible to be badger's skin. It's some kind of goat. Like I said, they butchered the words. They took their own words. They named the countries after themselves. Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. After they conquer a land, then they call the land after their own names. And so do they the animals too, because what I read in here was that the Africans had their own names for the animals. They had various names for the animals. Right. They already had names for the animals. Oh, let me see what I'm looking for. So yeah, that's the mystery of the word Techash. It's a kind of mystery, but this is not necessarily for salvation. It's just to know, You don't need to be ignorant of small things. If it interests you, man, then look it up. But if it's too much, just let it go. And this was not really too much because, yeah, it says badger skin, but it's not a badger. And also with the springhane, how you call that thing again? This thing. Yeah, this. No, not this one. Not this one. This one. The locust. Yeah, because in some of these scriptures it says locust. It says an animal, man, but it's actually, it says beetles. When it says that beetles are lawful to eat, in the Leviticus chapter 11, it says that the beetle, wait, let me get it here. Beetle. Oh man. Yeah, Leviticus 11 and 22, and it also says bald eagle. When it says bald eagle, it's not talking about a bald eagle. It's talking about a vulture. Because a bald eagle is not bald. But it's a vulture. It's this one. When it speaks about and shall make thee bald as the eagle, right? Wait, let me get that too. Where is it? Wait. Wait, did I already type that in? Yeah. Bald eagle. Yeah. Oh yeah, I typed it in. Baldness eagle. Yeah, already. I was already looking for it. But it says here beetle. So it says here, even these of Leviticus 11 and 22, even these of them ye may eat, the locust after his kind, and the bald locust after his kind. Right, the bald locust, right? Now you got the locust and you got the bald locust. You'd be like, what's a bald locust? They're all bald. None of them has hair on their head. They just have names for them. And then you have the locust. You got the locust and then you got the bald locust. I wouldn't know the difference, man. If you showed it to me, I wouldn't know the difference. I just see a locust. But yeah, you had different kinds, right? After his kind. And the beetle after his kind, and the grasshopper after his kind. So I was thinking, like, hey, wait a minute. So when these Edomites, they feed you crushed beetles, in drinks, in ingredients. They put it in drinks, they put it in candy. Let me get the drinks. They put it in drinks, they put it in candy. It says here background. Cominial carmine is a red color. This is on the ingredient thing on the back of the, in the food coloring. Yeah. Is beetle blood in food coloring? Yes. 14 bizarre ingredients lurking in your foods, in your food. A food coloring known as carmine is extracted from female, whatever this thing is, insect shells boiled in ammonia and sodium carbonate solution. The point is, man, Starbucks, for example, ditches bug-based red dye and strawberry drink. They ditch it because some people started complaining. Why? The salt under pressure from vegetarians and vegans. Starbucks plan to stop using a red dye made from crushed bugs called cochineal, I don't know, in some strawberry drinks and rusty-hued baked goods by the end of June. This was in April 2012. Do you believe them? They just went underground with that stuff. But another Starbucks use, yes they do. Yes they do. Crushed beetles. That's what. And guess where it's to? It's in a different type of foods, man. No, the shells are not made of insects. However, the red ones do use carmine red as the food coloring. So the shells of the M&Ms are not made of insects. No, oh no, we wouldn't do that to you. We just crush the blood of the animals and then dye it red and then feed that shit to you. Yeah, so it's not, you idiot. It's not animal, it's not insect, it's insect blood. Get it right! These people. That's what they do. Carmine red is a natural food dye derived from the, really, you motherfucker, they call it natural. You don't even know what the hell. They might say bio tilted, but it's GMO. Bio means that they don't spray insecticide on it. Organic means that they haven't messed with it. You see what I'm saying? They haven't messed with it in the laboratorium. So you might buy biological grapes or whatever, and it's still GMO. Because the bio means no pesticide is used, biologically made. These cave beasts, they have words that will trick you. For example, I'm going to give you another example. You got HD, right? Which is high definition. But then you got full HD. Full HD, right? Which is 1080p, right? Okay. But then you have fucking devils. Then you got HD ready, right? What the fuck does that mean, man? What is, for the person that doesn't know, you think like, oh, it's just ready for HD. It's ready, steady, go. No. HD ready is basically 7020. HD ready is 720p. Yeah. In the most basic terms, HD ready TV and set-top boxes are capable of displaying. This motherfucker, he's just, why don't you just say it's 720? Why are you trying to trick me with the HD ready? It's the same thing with the you got the QHD, right? Which is quad high definition is a resolution of they're trying to trick you, huh? And they're going to, it's 4 times the 720 and stuff like that, right? But then you have what was the other one again? Oh shit, I just lost it. Oh, I just had it in my head, man. What the hell? What's there? Oh, sorry, man, I lost it. But anyway, you have the 4K, 4K compatible. I think that what is right. Now you have 4K versus UHD. You would think that this is an Ultra HD. What's the difference? Technically, ultra high definition is actually a derivative of the 4K digital cinema standard. However, while your local multiplex shows images of native and this is 4K, The new Ultra HD format has a slightly lower resolution of this. So they fucking you. They fucking you. That's the point. My point is that they will advertise it as 4K. It's not. Check out the resolution of that bad profile. Check it out. Check out the resolution of that thing, and then you will find out, hey, this ain't no 4K. You mother. This is 4K ready, or this 4K compatible. This devil, I'm telling you, man. Once you realize what these devils are doing, you be fucking demons, man. These companies, man, they're gonna pay, but you see 4K compatible. You got the 4K compatible. It's not 4K. It's compatible. or they might say it's upscaling. 4K upscaling, and you got the Blu-ray. You got the Blu-ray 4K Blu-ray. They trick you with that one too. I'm just staying on this too long, but sorry about that. But just to show you, like a 4K Blu-ray, right? You would think it's a 4K Blu-ray. Let me see. If you see it's under 200 or something like that. Blu-ray player. Okay. This is not 4K, man. This is not no 4K. They tricking you. They trick you. This is no, ain't no 4K. This is 4K. Once it hit the 200 something or the 170 something, then you might consider it to be 4K. But you gotta understand that, let me see. You have to understand that when they write it, you need to look at the specifications. When you look at the just like how you need to look at the ingredients, like what the hell is that? You know, carmine sounds like caramel or something like that. You know, like some milky stuff. Caramel. Yeah, I don't want to go into some technical videos but the point is that they use things and they abuse it because they're lying to you because you don't know what it says until you look it up. They're tricking you. They have all these fancy words that they can sell you something with the idea that you are buying something that you think you're buying. You're not. They're fucking with you. That's what the devil does, by the way. It's the same thing with the food. Same thing with electronics. Same thing with clothing. You're buying a Gucci, what do you call that thing? Whatever, man. Gucci, whatever. But you can buy something that costs 900 euros cheaper. You can buy something that's like 70 euros, or that's a pants, for example. That's too expensive for me. Shit, I find 30 euro pants very attractive. I'm not playing. 30 euros. That's what I give for a pants. Here you go. Take that. Once you take that, you got people buying stuff for like 200, 300, 400. But then again, sometimes you don't know. Because back in the days, I was buying 80 euros of pants because I didn't know better. It was no fancy brand. It was no fancy brand, man. You know, it was just regular pants, man. But it was of a good quality, so I thought. Until I went into the other stores, and I was like, since then I never bought a pants higher than 40 euros. Never. Since then. I've been doing it now for like let me see, 6-7 years, something like that. I need to go think. But the point is that the Beatles are not Beatles. Because when I saw that, I was like, oh, so he's not doing wrong when he's actually feeding us beetle blood to drink, or to eat with our foods and stuff like that, right? Because this is how the Beatles would then look. These are the Beatles. Ew. And it get crushed. And it's not only Starbucks, by the way. This is what they do. Your foods and your drinks. You see, in your foods is also there.